Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Precious McDowell, and this is my safe space to share with you the happenings of my life. Something that I've been really focused on lately is getting back into my physical fitness routine. It just makes my life so much easier when I can start the day seeing what my body is capable of, and I love the results I see from it. My main focus in the gym, of course, is weightlifting, but you have to include your cardio in there. And a specific cardio that I really enjoy is walking on the treadmill at a 10 incline at 2.5 speed. If you have not tried it, go try it, sis. But immediately after, I like to go ahead and go into the sauna and give my muscles a chance to just kind of cool down. We are done with our workout. He's just done. All right, so as soon as I get home from the gym, I go ahead and dive into my breakfast. You guys, these chicken and maple breakfast patties have been giving me life. And apparently not just me, because why am I down to only 2 sausages left out of this whole bag? And I was the only one that was supposed to be eating them. Mom life. But anyway, I just throw those in my air fryer on the reheat setting real quick. And then I just go ahead and prepare the rest of my breakfast. It's super simple. So what I'm gonna do is some Chobani vanilla Greek yogurt, and I top it with some blueberries. And you guys, I did the whole mason jar fruit thing. It works. If you have not tried it, go ahead and do it. But then I add a little of this Purely Elizabeth granola to give it some texture. And that's it. This is my breakfast. Something else that I've been really intentional about lately is following a skincare routine. You guys, I am pushing 40. It may not look like it, but yeah, your girl is pushing 40. So we have to fight the signs of aging, especially under my eyes. Like, it is just a hot mess. But I've been doing really well with maintaining a skincare routine, including my lips, because who has time to be out here with dry, ashy, crusty lips? If you do not already have a skincare routine in place, then I strongly recommend that you get one. It is life-changing. All right, you guys, so now we are washed and we have done our moisturizing and skincare, and now we are officially ready to begin our day. But first, I want to give you a little update because it has been a long time since we have done like a real, raw, vulnerable body chat. So we're gonna do that real quick. And in case you were wondering, yes, I cut the extensions. Oh, I got a little fuzzball right there. This is the hardest part of my lock journey because I'm in so much all the time. I get little fuzzballs in my hair. But yeah, so I started my locks in September. I had cut all my hair off. If you were following me on Instagram, because I really have not been active on YouTube over the last year. So if you've been following on Instagram, then you can kind of go back and see my whole lock journey. But in September, I chopped all my hair off and started my locks like super short, super short. And I didn't like it. I did not like those beginning stages with that super short hair. So I put extensions in and I dyed the extensions blonde, and they were cool, but then after a couple months, it sucked. I didn't like it anymore. So a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I cut the extensions out, and this is all me. So this is how much my hair has grown since September. So and it was the end of September. So October, November, December, January, February. So we're 5 months in to our lock journey. And to all my sister girls out there with your natural hair, our hair grows so fast when we just leave it alone. I've always had hair that grows super fast, but this is unprecedented, honey, for 5 months and for me to have all this hang time. And I will find something from my Instagram and I will put it right here. So you look at how short my hair was. And here we are 5 months later. Okay, let's get into what's going on with this body yaddy. So today's outfit, this is definitely a Target set. Let me adjust this. This is a Target set, and I think it's an extra large because I don't see why I would have bought this in a large 2 years ago. But I bought it 2 years ago. Didn't really like the way it fit. Like, it was cute, don't get me wrong, but this is our body. And as you can see, there's some belly up in here. Oh Lord, I can't believe I'm about to show y'all this. But the loose skin is definitely there. Like, honey, do not think I got off scotch-free. Like, if I didn't have loose skin, like, look at what this belly would look like without the loose skin. Yes, this is something that I do often. As I try to picture what I would look like without that extra skin. Look at there, baby. Those obliques, okay? It's gonna be some abs up under there. So, yeah. This is my loose skin. It's just here. Enough about my loose skin. Let's go start the day. All right, here we go. Eating our breakfast. A whopping 25 grams of protein. I don't know why I felt the need to tell y'all that this was 25 grams of protein, because I really, at this point, don't track at all with my food. I think I shared with y'all the last time, we're gonna eat and talk. So if you're weird about people having conversation while they eat, you should probably just fast forward. But in my last video, I shared with you guys that I wanted to leave diet culture behind. And I have to say, like, I've been pretty successful in doing that. Me and diet culture, we don't mix. It's not good for my mental health. It's really not good for my mental health. I'm gonna get into these sausages, which are now cold because I've been upstairs an hour since I made them, but it still tastes good. But you know what? I feel weird about having a conversation while I'm trying to eat. I just feel like food might fall down my mouth or something. So we're gonna put this on pause. I'm gonna eat my breakfast, then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna have this conversation. I promise, don't go anywhere. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. All right, y'all, we are done eating and ready to have a little conversation. Hold on, I need to get my water. Got my water. And yes, this is exactly the cup that you think it is. They got me, y'all. I was talking all kind of smack about how I was not gonna get one of these cups, and I don't see why people spend that kind of money on a cup, blah, 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 and here I go. We 3 cups in now. And we would be more, but there are specific colors I'm looking for that for whatever reason they don't have in Charlotte. It's weird. But anyway, let's go ahead and have a conversation. Breakfast is done. Didn't even hardly touch the yogurt, so I'll just circle back to it. You guys, yesterday was my 2-year anniversary of my sleeve. So I'm going to insert right here just a quick little clip of me on the day that I had surgery. I don't even know her anymore. I don't even know that version of myself anymore. Like, it's only been 2 years, but I feel like it has been a lifetime. And in a sense, it kind of has been a lifetime because I have completely embarked on a brand new life since I had that surgery 2 years ago. And it is amazing. We're gonna get into all the details over the course of this conversation. I'm gonna do my best to stay focused and just talk about what I'm supposed to talk about and not get too caught up. Jasper, what are you doing? I'm gonna try to not get too caught up with like unnecessary details. But this has definitely been a journey of more than just losing weight. Going into getting my surgery, I was very clear that it was bigger than weight loss for me. I don't know how to explain it. I felt as if I was not able to fully live and enjoy my life because of my weight. And yes, like the weight was just a symptom of the real issue. And the real issue wasn't my weight. The real issue was my heart and my mind. And we don't have to get into all that right now. But I will say this. This has really been a journey about healing. It's been about healing. And as I look back over those 2 years, and like I look at the periods of time where my weight didn't move, it was because I was dealing with unresolved trauma, or having to confront things that I would normally run away from, or things that I had compartmentalized and dropped into the mental ocean and was like, we are not gonna drag this back up. Only to realize along the way that, no, girl, you're gonna have to get a net, drag that back up, deal with these things. And lo and behold, like the weight started coming off. In the last video, not just the last video, but some of the bariatric groups that I'm in as well, as I've been sharing these new results as they've been happening, people have been asking me like, what are you doing differently? And to be honest, the only thing I'm doing differently is I cut out dieting. Like I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. Like I have 3 teenagers, one of whom is a freshman in college. So, you know, just staying on top of that. And then I have a son who's 15 and he's a freshman in high school. So boy moms out there, y'all know what I'm going through. If you don't know what I'm going through, God has blessed you, sis. God has blessed you. Because my son is trying to find his identity as a high schooler. And there's the child that I raised. And then there's this other little boy. And me and that other little boy don't get along. So I have to keep on reminding him of who he is and bringing him back in. Again, another conversation for another day. But I don't have the time and energy to be out here dieting. I really don't. I don't have the desire. I'm trying to think about how long, pretty much my entire adult life up until very recently, I have dieted and restricted myself and like tortured myself into weight loss. And what I've learned is that does not work. Like, yes, you can restrict yourself and, you know, give up bread, give up sugar, give up everything that makes life enjoyable. You can give all those things up and you can tell yourself whatever story you have to tell yourself. And I'm speaking from experience because Lord knows I told myself some stories to go along with that bull crap. I want to use another word, but the Lord is working on my potty mouth. I told myself some stories to make it okay to like treat my body like a prisoner. And what I've learned is that's not how it works, because what happens, like once you reach your goal, because Lord knows I reached my goal many times, and then it was like, oh, thank God, I can finally eat pizza. I can do this, I can do that. And what happens? You end up gaining all the weight back. So what has worked for me has been to really just create a healthy balance. Create a healthy balance, not just with food, but with my entire lifestyle. So you guys see me, like you see the obvious things, the going to the gym and eating healthy, like that's the obvious work. But can we talk about the things that nobody's talking about? Like, for example, the importance of reducing the stress in your life. Y'all, them cortisol levels, especially as we age, honey, they will make you hold on to weight, okay? So I've really been very intentional, especially in the last 6 months, to reduce my stress. And sometimes stress comes from places that you don't even realize it's coming from. Like for me, a huge stressor for me was money. Let me explain, okay? I am a person that likes to spend money. So I have to make money to keep up with my spending habits. And it didn't dawn on me like, Precious, instead of being out here chasing money like crazy, why don't you just reduce your spending habits, spend more wisely? That way you're not chasing money. And so for those of you that don't know, I was doing gig work, rideshare. I'm not gonna say the name of any companies, but I was doing rideshare work with multiple different rideshare apps. And let me tell you something, rideshare, gig work is very wishy-washy. Because sometimes, honestly, for a long time, I was making $1,500 a week. It was awesome, I loved it, but then what did I do? I had spending habits to match the money that I was bringing in. And then in the world of gig work, people don't always have extra money. So I went from making $1,500 a week to $1,000 a week to, Lord, why am I struggling even to make $600 this week? And so that was a huge wake-up call for me that I needed to reduce my extracurricular spending to something that's more reasonable. This is not a financial literacy lecture. Let me just go ahead and put that disclaimer out there. I'm just sharing with y'all my story and what has been going on in my life. So anyway, long story short, I realized that I really needed to pull back from doing all the gig work, because here's the thing, y'all. It was getting in the way of me pursuing my own passions. I have my own passions. I'm not on YouTube just for the fun of it. Okay, no, I'm lying. This is really for the fun of it, but there are things that I want to come out of it, which is why sometimes I go ghost for a while. Because if I am not in the right headspace to put forth quality, like, yes, I'm sharing my life and I'm sharing what I go through and my experiences, but some things y'all just don't need to see too raw and too real. Like, there are those creators out there, and God bless them. I commend them for their courage. But my hot mess, let me put it this way. Sometimes God puts you in certain seasons where you're not meant to be seen. And I had to embrace that. And I think I talked about it on a couple of my last videos as I've been trying to dip my foot back into the social media pool. Yep, that was my ankle popping. Again, as we approach 40, things change. So it's very important to take care of yourself. But anyways, what was I saying? Okay, so there's stress, okay? That was a huge thing. So the biggest stressor for me was money. So I had to discipline myself to stop spending every penny that I made, which, yes, that it is a privilege. Can we just talk about what a privilege it is? Coming from someone that was a single mother raising her 3 kids by herself. We're not gonna get into it because God has blessed me with an amazing husband, and he is a father to those children as if they were his own. They are his own. But anywho, coming from that struggle life of being a single mother, trying to provide for 3 kids by yourself, to working things out with my husband and us being back together and allowing him to really step into his role as the head of the household, because that's a struggle there too. And yes, I know y'all are wondering, what the hell does this have to do with weight loss? Everything, okay? Because your life, you are a representation of your life and what you're going through, whether you realize it or not. So anywho, it was definitely a struggle for me to step out of that masculine energy. Yes, it was masculine energy, because I do not believe that women are meant to operate that way. Contrary to popular belief, you can be an independent woman and still depend on your husband or depend on your partner. Let me put it that way. It's 2024. People do things different these days. Respect. But you can be an independent woman and still rely on your partner. Okay? It does not make you any less independent. Okay? Allowing my husband to step in, and not even saying allowing, because it's his role to be the head of our household. So me allowing myself to learn to tone it down, get into my place in the household, because it's not that I am not the head of my household. So anywho, I am very grateful that financially I'm able to do the things that I want to do with my money, but I had to learn a hard lesson, which was, girl, you have to be wise with your money. Just because you have entered your spoiled wife era does not mean that you need to be out here being spend crazy, okay? So yeah, doing the gig work was a huge stress on me. I'm in my car literally 12 hours a day, chasing after this money, wiped out, no energy to cook, no energy to film, no energy to pursue my other passions at all. And there are a lot of you that are watching this that is your story. Maybe it's not gig work that's holding you captive, but maybe it's your job. I don't know what it is, but what I'm gonna do is tell you this. What I'm gonna say is this. That job, that whatever it is that you're chasing, is still gonna be there when you die. And if you work for somebody, they're gonna post your job before you even have your funeral, honey. Okay? That is a hard reality to realize, but it's the truth. So make sure that you are not giving your all to something else and not giving anything for yourself. Make sure that you're making time for you too. So once I realized that that was like my primary roadblock, things had to change. So, very slowly I started reducing the amount of time that I was doing gig work. Hey, let me pay down some of these credit cards because I done ran them up thinking I was gonna be making $1,500 a week forever off this gig work. So I had to pay down my cards, take time. It was a process. That's why I said it's been the last 6 months. It's been a process. But in doing that, I was able to start slowly implementing other changes that overall made my life better, which made the weight come off without dieting and restricting myself. So little changes like, hey, if I'm not working 12 hours a day, I'm not too tired to make a home cooked meal for the family instead of us eating out. Boom, weight starts coming off. As I get into this routine, I'm no longer wiped out at the end of the day and feeling like I need to have a glass of wine to unwind after a long work day. Now, I haven't had wine in a couple of weeks, and honestly, it feels good. I'm drinking tea at night, which is something that I used to do all the time. I genuinely enjoy drinking tea at night. But because of the stress and like just all those feelings of working my butt off all day, I was having wine. So now, boom, kick the wine habit. Do I still have wine? Yes. Do I still have alcoholic beverages? Yes. What I'm saying is I'm not doing it every single night as a de-stress. It doesn't de-stress anything, sis. It ain't what you want. Trust me. Drink your water. What else? I started having more time and energy to keep my house clean. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We just got this buffet the other day and I am like in love with it. We've been in this house for almost a year and I haven't even finished putting it together. Why? Because I was making time for everything else. I think you guys get the point now about making time. So those are changes that I had to make in order to start seeing results again. And again, they don't directly scream weight loss, but again, your image, overall image, is a representation of what your life is like. So for me, I can't speak for y'all, but for me, when my weight is out of whack, excuse me, when my weight is out of whack, it is a direct correlation to my life is not in alignment. Things are not the way that they're supposed to be. So you have to figure out what in your life is the biggest roadblock between you and your goals. And I promise you, once you address that and then you start making changes to get that roadblock out of the way, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But listen, I've been rambling and I'm starting to feel a type of way with all this talking that I'm doing, so I'm gonna be quiet. And initially I had planned to like make this a full day vlog, but I'm about to deep clean my house and there are some things that y'all don't need to see. We cool, but we haven't gotten there yet. Like I'm just coming back on this platform. I don't need y'all to see me on my hands and knees with a toothbrush scrubbing baseboards right now. We will do a clean with me video some other time, but not today. Today we are gonna deep clean the house. Since we're getting ready to end this, I just wanna thank you for your time, for you taking the time to watch my video, to listen to me ramble. I hope that something that I said landed for you, something resonated, and something's going to help you to make that first step to make a very critical change in your life and in your journey. And with that being said, I hope that you will like this video because it'll let YouTube know, okay, this girl is somebody that people actually want to hear from, and it'll help more people hear from me. I would like for you to share this video. If you know someone that is struggling and they can't understand why they're not seeing results and they feel like they're doing everything right, but they're not seeing the results they want, share this video with them, because they might be going through what I was going through and they might need to make some of the changes that I needed to make. So share the video, tell a friend, a cousin, a sister, somebody, anybody, tell anybody, because this message is for everybody, male or female. We're gonna end it there. I will see you guys in the next video, which I'm really, really excited about. I'm excited to be back on social media. With that being said, if you are only connected with me on YouTube, let me let you know the other ways that we can connect and build this community. I am on Instagram at Precious P. McDowell. I am also on TikTok at Precious P. McDowell. Catch me on IG, catch me on TikTok, or hang out with me here. That's it, I'm done. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Thanks for coming along with my workout and my breakfast and my rambles and my loose skin and all of that. I will see you in the next video.